Emma Jovis Reyes says, "Hey Aaron, I also lead a youth group in Orlando, Florida. Do you have any tips or suggestions on how my youth group can grow?"
Emma Jovis, thank you for this question, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you for just being able, I love that we could talk about this kind of stuff. You're in Orlando, Florida. I'm in Port Saint Lucie. Maybe we could get our youth groups together and maybe do something in Orlando. Night of Joy, Rock the Universe. Let's do this. I'd love to do a little meetup. Let's answer this question for you. What are some ways that you can grow your youth group? I would say that if it depends on what you term grow. If you want to grow wide, here's my answer to that. Here's my tip. Here's what I found was successful. Grow depth. If you want to grow wide, you got to grow depth in relationships. You have to know these kids, be an integral part into their lives. And how you do that is one word. The Bible spells it out: discipleship, right? Discipleship, right? That's how you do it. That grows depth. And there's a reason to that. The reason is, and what I found out, is that if you try to grow wide, you don't have stickability here. You have people who you're dropping resources into getting the word out there or whatever, but they're not really stickable. They don't really want to stay, especially millennials. We value relationships. And so that's the strength of the reason why we stay anywhere. Really, is are we wanted? Are we wanted here? Do we have a connection relationship here? Now, that is something you don't get if you focus on church in wide growth. So if you have these pizza parties, hey, invite 4 friends, and if we hit 50 people, we'll get pizza. Well, you'll get 50 people that one week, and then you'll lose them the next couple weeks. So that's not really the best strategy. What I found is depth. Spend your time, pour your resources, pour your time into one kid, and this is discipleship. And when you do that, here's what happens. Here's what I found that happens. One, you get their friends, okay? You take up probably about 2 hours out of their week, or maybe even more. You get their friends who they spend a lot more time with, and they'll say, "Hey, come to youth group. You got to meet my youth pastor. He's awesome. He's amazing." Or she's awesome. She's amazing. Now, so that's one thing. You get their friends. The second thing is that when they graduate, usually when they hit senior year, they feel like youth group's a little too kiddie. When they hit that senior year, when they graduate, they'll come back, and they'll come back as a leader. Or they'll come back as a student in your college or young adult ministry. And that's even better, because now you've walked with them through different stages in their life, different junctures in their life, and that's how you grow depth. It's longer, right? It takes more time, right? But one, the Bible said it, right? The Bible said it. And two, it's just more sustainable. When you grow this out, you'll have leaders, you'll have a consistent base behind you, you'll have people more bought in. And so that's what I found was helpful. I don't really find that I could pull in 90 kids from a lock-in, but then they're all gone the next minute. You know what I mean? I could pull in these big events, and I used to do events all the time. I don't do them anymore because I now juncture my time into discipleship, and I take my youth leaders into discipleship. Now, for the second thing, how to disciple, and this is probably going to go very quickly. It's very easy, right? Go to their games, go to their recitals, tag them in Instagram, something that you find funny, like a meme or something, or send something to them on Facebook. Buy them lunch, go out to lunch with them, sit down with them for an hour and go through the Bible, go through some curriculum, ask them how they're doing, talk to their parents, get involved with their family's life, just pour into this person's life. And not only you, but get a couple of your leaders to pour into that same person's life or other people. This discipleship is the key. It is the answer for growth, both spiritually and numerically. Discipleship.